Hey everybody, I haven't done a food video for a minute, and I'm still babying my head wound. When I press on it, it sends like a chill down across the top of my head and down my arm. I don't know if that's significant of everything, or anything, but I googled it, and I mean, it's like 3 to 6 months. So I have a alarm set on this phone. Every month it pops up. So I cracked my head on September 10th. So September 10th to October 10th to November 10th. November 10th, there'll be 2 months. So 1 to 5 months, huh? 1 to 4 more months. 1 to 4 more months. Anyway, depression cake. Depression cake is made without eggs or butter because during the Depression that stuff was either scarce or too expensive. This is what you use. Like if you have a recipe and it calls for 3 eggs and you only have 2, you can make an egg equivalent with that. And so here's flour, cocoa, salt, sugar. They used water or coffee, but coffee will give it a richer chocolatey flavor. Canola oil, vanilla, and then this, okay? Now the recipe, in Reader's Digest says, if you read something 3 times, you've read every word. And just like those, free, no obligation. If you read it 3 times, you'll find out that it's free for 7 days and you're not under any obligation, but you have to call and cancel. Yeah, and a lot of people don't. Anyway, all the recipes, and I think back then, I mean, everything was scarce. So the recipe shows how you put all the dry ingredients in this pan and stir it together and sift it together and then make wells. Make wells and add the vinegar and the vanilla and the oil, and then you pour the coffee over everything. So I'm going to get my plastic utensils because this is a non-stick pan and it's brand new. I just got this for $4.15 plus tax at the Family Dollar. It rang up $5, and I told that girl, I was like, oh no, honey, it said on the app that it was $4.15, and it said that on the shelf. And the thing is, y'all, with the way things are going, you need to take your camera and your phone in when you shop and take a picture of the shelf price, because the big buxomy butts that sit on their chairs in corporate, they change the price in the computer with the flick of a button, but the boots on the ground in the store have to change it physically from the shelf. So I always take a picture of the shelf price, and then if it rings up different, bam, here's my camera. I'm paying the shelf price because that's a bait and switch thing, and that's against the fair trade practices. If you want to shut your store down for a month for an audit, have them try and make you pay the computer price. I guarantee it's the shelf price that we're paying. Anyway, so I'm going to try it because I don't want to dirty any more dishes. So the recipe calls for 1.5 cups of flour, 1 cup of sugar, a 1/2 teaspoon of salt, a teaspoon of baking soda, 1/3 cup of cocoa powder, 1/3 cup canola oil, 1 tablespoon vinegar, distilled white variety or apple cider. It's up to you. I'm doing the apple cider. And a teaspoon of vanilla extract and a cup of water, or in my case, a cup of coffee. So let us begin. So this is just my 1/2 cup measuring, and that's just a strainer, and I got these at Dollar Tree. Dollar Tree sells this, you know, like the 1 cup, 1 cup, 1/2 cup, 1/3, and 1/4 cup, and measuring spoons all together. It's probably $1.50 now. Yeah, I even have to take the camera in at Dollar Tree because I bought some instant potatoes, Idahoan instant potatoes, and they were on the $1.25 shelf, and it rang up $1.50, and I was like, oh, no, I know it's 50 cents difference from what I had in my head to what you're ringing up, but I want my change. Oh yeah, and I went to Kroger's and I bought something, and it came to $7.58, so they were supposed to give me 42 cents. and 45 cents came out. And I was getting ready to tell her that they gave me 3 cents extra, and I looked at the receipt and it said rounding up. And instead of giving me 42 cents, they gave me 45 cents. So, sign of the times, just letting you know, if you think you're getting too much change, you probably are. Okay, 1.5 cups. I'm going to do a half a cup at a time, and that'll be the flour. Okay, that's 1.5 cups sifted flour. Next, 1 cup of sugar, and I'm putting that through the sifter too. Okay, that is a cup of sugar sifted into 1.5 cups of sifted flour. And you know, the moms back then, I mean, they did everything to the letter. And I mean, they would stir and stir and stir this until it was like totally incorporated. So I'm going to try and channel some 1950s pearl wearing apron and high-heeled June Cleaver and do it right. But this is like the 2 main ingredients. I mean, the 2 largest. Well, no, that's not true, because there's going to be a cup of coffee. But yeah, I'm going to just keep on stirring that until it is, even though it's dry, scraping the sides. Okay. 1/2 teaspoon of salt. I'm just going to sprinkle that in because it's a 1/2 teaspoon. Okay. And then the next thing, 1 teaspoon of baking soda. And I will put that through the sifter. These are the measuring spoons. This was all together. 4 cups and 4 measuring spoons all together on a little ring. Okay, all came together on a little ring at Dollar Tree. Anyway, let's get that. See, I don't want that. I mean, oh, let's press it in there. But you know, when you dump stuff in, you get the lumps. And who knows if you're going to get all the lumps out. Okay, what's next? 1/3 cup of the cocoa powder. Okay, this is the last dry ingredient. 1/3 cup of cocoa. Hershey's cocoa. 100% cacao. And yes, I'm sifting that too. Can you imagine how good the ingredients were back then? There wasn't nothing artificial going on. They didn't even know what artificial stuff was. Although we did have food coloring back then. But I don't think it was as bad as it is now, because, you know, all these billionaires and their bottom line. Okay, I'm going to need 2 hands for this. But you know what I'm doing. I'm sifting the cocoa powder. Okay, 1/3 cup sifted cocoa powder. And again, I'm going to stir it with the fork until it's just all together. And yeah, scraping the sides and getting it in there. Because then the next step, this is the last thing. And that is going to be poured over the whole thing. But they want you to make 3 wells for this and this and this. Wells. Boink, boink, boink. 3 wells. Be like 2 eyes and a nose, huh? For my square head pan. Okay, need to hold the pan, because when I sift, I'm holding it with 1 hand and I'm tapping it. That's why I need 2 hands. So, and I'm going to hold this and stir with that. So, I'll be back. Oh my goodness, y'all. There, you cannot see any white flour. This stirred up really, really well. This is fun. This is getting so interesting. Oh yeah, and some of the comments were like, oh, I made this cake, but I added eggs and butter. Well, then you didn't make this cake, because this cake doesn't have eggs and it doesn't have butter. This is the replacement for the butter. This is the replacement for the egg. And I've tried that before. I cut a recipe in half and I messed it up. But I was short an egg, and I said, what can I use if I don't have an egg? It's very cool. You can use flaxseed powder and something else, or baking soda and vinegar. Yeah, yes. and it worked very well. So now, oh, speaking of well, I'm going to make 3 wells. And one of them, 1/3 cup of canola oil. Okay, so there's my 1/3 cup. So I'm going to make a well, and that'll be for the canola oil. And then a tablespoon of vinegar. Okay, see how cool these are? Okay, tablespoon of vinegar. Okay, and a teaspoon of vanilla extract. Oop. Okay, so I'm going to fill the wells, and then I'm going to measure 1 cup of coffee and pour that. I'm going to measure it into my coffee cup and pour that over everything. And then mix it together, and then it's going to go into the oven at 350 for 35 minutes. Okay, there's my wells. Look at the apple cider vinegar foaming up with the mixing with the baking soda. There's my vanilla, and there's the canola oil. And that's that good vanilla from Mexico. You know, from the movie Eat My Pie. But it's S asterisk asterisk T. Eat my boink. Okay, now the coffee and then the mix. Okay, here we go. I'm so excited. Okay, let me get the forks ready. It's hard to be the star of the show and the producer and the technician. But look at, that's all the dishes that I used. And the forks don't count because they're plastic and disposable. Oh my God, this is so exciting. And I feel it coming together. That's what happens when you sift before stirring. You don't get lumps. This feels, oh my goodness, I can't wait, y'all. Okay, let me get that mixed up. OMG. OMG. And you know what? The proof is in the pudding and the batter. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. I can't believe how good that is. Oh, I can't wait to bake this up, but it's all in one pan. One pan, y'all. One pan. Oh, I'm so stoked. So I don't want to ruin this because I have 2 ovens. That's the big one for 13 by 9. And then this is my mica oven. So this would be 325 for 30 minutes. So I'm going to bake this in the mica oven. Oh. So the thing about this one is you have to be precise because you're going to set the temperature and the time period, and then it shuts off. And with this one, this has a knob to where you can turn it and it just stays on, or you can set the time that you want. Okay, and I usually just put it on the stay on. This is more like a regular oven, but still convection. There's the fan on the side right there. And the fan on this one is up there. Where is it? Yeah, it's up there. Okay. So yeah. So, okay. First I'm going to press it. It's open. Oh, it won't let me do anything with the door open. Okay. Okay, so. Wait. No. Okay, cancel. Okay. Bake. Okay. Bake. 325. It says 25 to 30 minutes, so I'm going for the 30. Then you hit start and it says on. And you have to like watch it, because once it's done, it'll just say 325 and you got to get your, so you can open it and it'll stop doing what it's doing. Okay, so no reason we all have to stare at that thing to change. Just me. Oh, this is it. Okay, getting the cake in. Here we go. Okay. Okay, there we go. It's on like Donkey Kong. The cake is beautiful. Oh my goodness. And it came out perfectly. It's perfect. This convection oven was badass. Badass, badass. Okay, let me show you with the toothpick. I can't wait to try it, because you know the proof is in the pudding. See? Oh, I can't wait. And you know, if it tastes good without frosting, it's going to taste even better with frosting. Because when I make something, I want to taste how it is. So I put my finger in the batter and I tasted it and it was incredible. So now I'm going to cut a piece and take a bite, and then we'll go from there. So in keeping with the minimal dish debacle, see, this is a non-stick pan. So I'm just going to make a cut. Now the way they cut it on the Food Network, they made like 9 pieces. It's just me. I don't need 9 big ass pieces. I need bites. I'm a biter. Not in, you know, real life, but I like a bite of this and a bite of that. You know, because here's the thing about being on a diet. The first 3 letters are die, D-I-E. So I say, have a piece of cake, have a piece of pie. Don't have the whole thing, okay? Don't deprive yourself. It's when you go on a diet and you say, oh, I can't have this or that. Shit. You're going to have it. You're not going to be able to not have it. Okay. I need 2 hands. Oh, here we go. No! Look at that. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. That's so moist. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. I'm so excited. I'm taking a bite. Oh, my goodness. Oh, my goodness. Mmm. 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 Oh my God. This does not have eggs or butter. And you wouldn't even know it. That is so chocolatey. Mmm. 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 And I like a little crust on my cake. Okay? Because it is so moist and tender inside. And it did not stick to the pan. Mmm. So now, that was perfect. Oh my God, that's so good. I'm still chewing on it. Mmm. 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 That tastes so good. And they even said that you could use olive oil. But I think olive oil back then was probably expensive. Especially if it came from Italy. Did they even have olive oil then? Because with the tariffs, my olive oil comes from Italy. And it went from $9.99 to $10.49. So what's that, 50 cents? And climbing. Okay, I'm getting ready to frost in one. Look at how chocolatey that cake is compared to my chocolate frosting. Taking a bite. Oh my God. Oh. Somebody catch me. Oh. Oh. Oh, my chocolate fix. Oh my goodness. Look at how deep chocolate that is compared to the frosting, and that's chocolate frosting. Look at that. That's my chocolate depression cake with my frosting. I'm adding more frosting to it. It's a hit. Oh my God, I'm so happy. That was so much fun and so good. Thank y'all so much for watching, and bon appetit.